Tonight on Q2, a daycare targeted by thieves again.
And there's just almost nothing we can do.
Fuel stolen, safety compromised, why staff say they've had enough. Plus, from troubled teens to community champions.
It's not all about doing the bad things, so they can see some of the good that our youth also give back.
See how graffiti is coming down thanks to youth stepping up. And she's on top of the world.
I think that I was just in so much shock, really, that it was all happening.
A 17-year-old Montanan just made history climbing to the greatest heights possible. The MTN 10 o'clock news starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday night. I'm Russ Riesinger. Frustration is growing tonight at a Billings Children's Center targeted by thieves once again. Staff at Kid Country are feeling angry and defeated after someone cut gas lines and stole fuel from the center, putting safety and service at risk. As Charlie Kleps reports, it's not the first time this place, meant to nurture kids, has been hit by crime.
Organized chaos. That's probably the best way to describe Kid Country. And just like any other daycare around the community, there's no shortage of it on a typical weekday morning. But on Saturday morning in this parking lot, criminal chaos ensued.
We had two gentlemen jump our fence, cut the fuel line to one of our vans.
If you look closely to this surveillance video, you can see one of the suspects exiting the shuttle at about 7:30 in the morning after the incident happened.
We were hurt, angry, frustrated.
That crime started here, where the two suspects jumped this fence before walking over to this parking spot and stealing gas out of a 12-passenger van, which used to be parked there.
Our main goal is to make sure that the children have a safe, comfortable place to be.
Kid Country Director Ashley Anderson says those vans are used to shuttle children from 11 different Billings schools to this facility.
It puts some fear into us because even though we have 6-foot fences that are locked, we're not impenetrable.
And that's been proven true before. In November of 2021, catalytic converters were stolen off of vans in the same parking lot.
And there's just almost nothing we can do. We have a large security system, we have cameras, and none of that was able to stop them.
Anderson says the problem stems from the unhoused population loitering in the area, which she says has caused issues in the past.
Because it is a public space that unless they're privately on property, there's nothing we can do in this area.
But she says that in this particular case, police have not confirmed the suspects to be unhoused.
This time was two gentlemen in a stolen vehicle.
A helpless reality. Still, she says they remain dedicated.
Just our main goal is just to make sure that everybody, the children, our families, our staff, and the surrounding community just feel safe.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Now to some sad news out of Lockwood tonight. The Lockwood school community mourning the loss of one of their own. The school confirming to Q2 during a call this evening that one of their students has died. In a message to students and families, the school district shared the news and says, "Our thoughts and condolences are with the family and loved ones during this incredibly difficult time. The student will be deeply missed by friends and teachers and all who knew them." The school does say they'll have a counseling team on site tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. for anyone who needs someone to talk to. Counselors will also be at the high school daily providing support and resources. As of now, there's no word on how the student died. Life-saving options for infants now open in Montana. The state's first baby box is officially up and running at the Lockwood Fire Department. Founder Monica Kelsey, who was abandoned as a baby herself, helped dedicate the box today and demonstrated how to use it. The donated $15,000 baby box will protect vulnerable infants and support mothers in crisis. Montana's safe haven law allows parents to legally surrender their baby at a designated location with no questions asked. That box is easy to use. Parents in crisis can locate the box on the outside of the fire station, place the baby in the climate-controlled bassinet, and shut the door. Parents can then anonymously walk away while emergency responders are immediately notified.
Such an amazing feeling. Hopefully it sits there empty, but if it ever does need to be used, we're ready, and that child would be taken care of very well.
Lockwood Fire Chief Brandon Stevens adds he's never seen a baby surrendered at a fire station, but now the community does have another resource. An update tonight on a bizarre story we told you about yesterday. Billings police say the alleged kidnapping of 76-year-old Donna Prescott, taken from a local care facility by her daughter, is now heading to the county attorney for review. It remains uncertain if any charges will be filed. Meanwhile, officers in South Dakota did make contact with Prescott and her daughter last night, but left without taking action. They tell us it's now a civil matter. Again, we did speak with Prescott yesterday, and she says she wasn't kidnapped at all and left on her own accord.
If you thought there's been a lot of rainfall around the area so far this year, you're right, or you might be wrong, depending on what part of the area you live in. Right now for Billings at the airport, we're off to the 6th soggiest start to the year that we have on record. The number one was back in 1978. I remember that year well. And then around the area, we have similar situations. Sheridan is in 4th place right now with over 11 inches of total rainfall. But for you in Miles City, it's been the opposite. 3.35 inches of rainfall so far, making it the 13th driest. So depending on where you're living, you might be living large with a green lawn, or you might be struggling a little. Forecast coming up.
President Donald Trump spent today trying to convince holdout Republican senators to support his budget bill. Some Republicans have criticized what the president calls his one big beautiful bill, calling for steeper spending cuts. And the Congressional Budget Office released a new estimate projecting that bill would add $2.4 trillion to the deficit over the next 10 years. It also says cuts to Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act would result in nearly 11 million people losing health insurance over the next decade.
There's a cold, harsh reality that this bill is just tax breaks for the ultra-wealthy, paid for by gutting health care for up to 16 million Americans.
The White House has pushed back on that previous warning from the Budget Office on what the bill would add to the deficit.
This is an institution in our country that has become partisan and political, and we are very confident in our own economic analyses of this bill.
Meanwhile, President Trump also spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin for more than an hour today as his administration pushes for a peace deal to end the war in Ukraine. Trump said he had a good conversation with Putin, but not one that would lead to immediate peace. He says Putin stressed that Russia will respond to Ukraine's latest drone attack on Russian airfields. However, Putin did offer to help in discussions with Iran about ending that country's nuclear program. Vulnerable youth in Billings are trading hardship for hope, teaming up with code enforcement to clean up the community. The Tumbleweed Runaway program is putting teens on a new path, helping them make a visible impact across town. Hannah Pettiferi shows us how their work is already leaving a mark.
Phoenix Rather trying to come up with solutions to get rid of graffiti.
Just kind of help make it look like the nice town it always has been and will be.
While today, he and others are using gray paint, he's thinking maybe they could try something different in the future.
Maybe paint it in a different color, like really bright or something. I don't know. All we can do is try.
Phoenix is just one of a handful of teens from the Tumbleweed program who joined city enforcement to wipe out graffiti.
They're grabbing the paint, they're getting out there, they're covering what needs to be covered.
Their target, the 6th Street underpass.
It's nice and safe, it's off the roadway, so everybody's, they're not interfering with anything.
Tina Hoger, the code enforcement district manager, is always looking for help across the community.
We love to partner with everybody in the community and get these things done.
And she says as summer draws closer, there will be more projects to be done.
We need extra help. We need the support of volunteers.
Georgia Cady, the executive director at Tumbleweed, says this was a perfect project for the teens in the program.
We just thought this would be a great way for our youth to give back and to the generous folks at Billings.
Tina agrees.
If we all pull together, we could keep it clean and keep it healthy and safe for our entire community.
Georgia says it's a win-win for the community.
They can see some of the good that our youth also give back.
And for Phoenix, that's important.
It's just trying to make it better for everybody that lives in the town.
In Billings, Hannah Pettiferi, MTN News.
Montana's rivers are rising fast as spring gives way to summer. And if you love waterfalls, well, now's the time to chase them. South of Big Timber, the Boulder Canyon is home to natural bridge and falls. In years of extreme runoff, the Boulder River surges over the natural bridge, plunging 100 feet into the pool below. Now, here's a photo showing the falls in full force. Even now, the scene is stunning as the river disappears underground and resurfaces in the pool. This is one of many Montana spots worth adding to your summer bucket list. And make sure to tune in to Q2 tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for our half-hour Out and About special, Treasures in the Treasure State. We're going to take you to waterfalls, swimming holes, ghost towns, and guarantee there's a few spots you've probably never been to, even if you've lived here. Again, that airs tomorrow night at 6, right after our 5:30 news. You can also catch it Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on Q2.